I went to an estate sale yesterday and ended up coming home with 3 fans. Should have been 4. There was a first generation Lasco breeze machine that I saw in the pictures online. That was the original reason why I went. That one had already sold, but I ended up coming home with 3 other fans. So I'll post videos of those as I get them cleaned and serviced. This is the first one. It's a Tozai 16-inch oscillating fan. Vaguely resembles a Holmes design. It has the Tozai logo here, and it has 2 off positions, which is kind of weird. You don't see that too often on the table fans. Here's the sticker. Tozai Deluxe desk fan model SD-1629. There's no date on here anywhere, but it says made in Taiwan, ROC. Again, with the Deerfield, Illinois distributing. I've mentioned that in other videos. That's a pretty common distribution point for fans, it would seem. Draws 0.55 amps, which is pretty economical for a 16-inch table fan, I guess. I think this is probably from the mid-90s. And I don't know if it's a Holmes rebadge. I mean, it looks like a Holmes design with the way the base looks. You've got the lines across the base. I think I've seen that on some 90s Holmes fans before. And then the motor housing, the oscillation, all that vaguely, to me, resembles the Holmes design. So I don't know if it's a rebadged Holmes fan or if this is like a generic copying the Holmes design. I would imagine that there was probably at least half a dozen other brands that this fan was sold under. This one's already been cleaned and serviced, and it came out really well. I mean, it came out like new, actually. It's very, very good condition, and it was very service friendly, really easy to maintain. The assembly, disassembly, cleaning everything, and it really wasn't that dirty to begin with. That always helps. And this, the neck comes out. If you just loosen this, remove that, this will pull out of there, and I would guess that that was probably interchangeable with the pedestal fan. They might have even come together in the same box. You might have gotten like the table fan base and the pedestal base in the same box with this. Or maybe they were sold separately, I don't know. I think it's probably from the mid-90s. I couldn't find a date on it anywhere. There was nothing, no stamp on it, nothing identifiable. The weird thing is, well, here's the plug, and it's a non-polarized plug, which makes it even more ambiguous. Chichou, Taiwan. So other than the speed selector and the sticker, there's no other branding on the fan. which makes me think that there was probably a lot of different brands, a lot of different stickers that went on this fan, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. It's very lightweight too, I would add. Surprisingly very lightweight, very light materials. But anyway, let's get it running. It's gonna start on the high speed. Blowing some papers around in the fridge behind me. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those don't fall off. It's relatively quiet and moves pretty good air. It's not as powerful as the Lasco fans that would have been around at the same time. Fans that this would have been competing with. I wouldn't put this with those as far as performance goes, but it's not bad. It's definitely moving some air. There's the medium speed. Blade has a little bit of a wobble to it. The head shakes a little bit. I don't know if the camera really picks that up. It's not bad, but I can see it. Go to low. This seems pretty decent, although the fan head is shaking a little bit more. There's a little bit of a rattle, like a plastic rattle in there that comes along with the vibration. Other than that, this isn't bad at all. This is quiet, moves good air. See how well the oscillation works. I don't like that chord stretch sound. It does it when it gets to the far point on both sides, from left to right. You can hear it. Then you'll hear it again when it comes back the other way. There's like a plastic stretch, plastic rubbing, or I think it might be the power cord stretching. I don't like that. Although it's not as bad as it was before I cleaned it. That sound was louder and it was just worse overall before I cleaned it. Medium. spin down. Spin down looks good. This is a pretty good fan, I think, for what it is. I might do something to try to doctor that noise that it makes during the oscillation. I really don't like that, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's clean. I mean, there's really no scratches or scuff marks or anything on it. And the motor wasn't very dirty at all. I gotta think this is probably a pretty low hours fan. And with the power cord not being, or with the plug not being polarized, I don't know. I'd be interested to find out a year on this. I can say that the other two fans that I bought at that estate sale were both from 1995. The dates on those fans were both 1995. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't all bought at the same time. If they were all bought at the same time. So I would guess that this is probably a 94 or a 95 model. Also, it's probably a generic. I would guess it's probably not a Holmes rebadge. It's just a generic copy of a Holmes fan with the Tozai sticker on it, but it's pretty decent. Pretty decent fan. That's fan number one. I'll get the other two fans posted upon cleaning and servicing, probably within the next day or so. Thanks for watching.